I don't want to be known for a guy who, oh yeah, he got them wins, but he never did anything great. I'd rather lose and fucking do some crazy fucking cartwheel kicks and shit than than get a win just by laying and praying on a guy.
You can see these lights, guys. Black card competition.
Yeah, that's the way you get a black card. You just need to hang around enough. These guys pull up the suits on and shit. But I'm yet to pin them down. I suppose the UFC is the pinnacle, and I've been to watch UFC, and the atmosphere is different. It's bigger and better. So yeah, but in my mind, it's just another fight, I guess. I've always been quite relaxed, whether it's a small show or a big show. It's just the same outcome. It's only you and another dude having a scrap in a cage, innit, I guess. So. Yeah, a lot of people think you get this magical, mysterious call off Dana White. I don't know if other fighters have actually got that, but that never happened. It was literally just I got an email off the manager, and it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. See you later, mate. Yeah, I got an email off the manager at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, oh yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I couldn't sleep, and then I was dying to tell everyone, but obviously you can't tell people until they officially release it. So them few days were pretty exciting. So I've not been able to tell anyone, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, the camp that I've created for previous fights, it's working well. We've got a lot of good fighters here, as you've seen this morning. There's a lot of talent on the mats, but the main thing I'm doing now is bringing people in, sparring partners and other coaches. So I've got people like Cam coming in, and I think that's the major difference, is just spending more time with other people, concentrating on myself rather than me having to coach people and sort of organise stuff. I've just brought the other coaches in and other sparring, and I can just get on and do it. Yeah. So in Thailand I went to Tiger Muay Thai, where I won a scholarship last year. Obviously training Thailand, it's awesome, you know what I mean? You got the nice weather, and training's really good. We've got a lot of... The difference with the Tiger camp is they've got a lot of wrestling there and MMA now, whereas a lot of the other sort of up and coming gyms in Thailand for MMA that they've only just starting, but there's a lot of like UFC guys there and stuff like that, so that's pretty good. So there were eight of us in total in Thailand training, and it was a good chance for me to just concentrate on myself, and I worked a lot of stand-up over there, obviously being in Thailand. I want to go to Thailand and do jiu-jitsu, but there were a couple of black belts there, a few friends of mine, so I got some good roles, and I worked a bit of wrestling and stuff like that. So yeah. The best thing about being at home is just the thing that we've created, because we all train together. There's like we're just like brothers. We're all working for a common goal. We all want to win our fights, and we all help each other, and we all trust each other. That's a big thing as well. So we can spar real hard, and we can go crazy on each other, but then afterwards the trust's still there. We all know it's just for getting better. Whereas sometimes if you go to another gym, there's not that mutual respect and trust there. So you might be sparring with a guy, you don't know who this guy is, he don't know who you are, he don't really care about your training, and whether you care about it or not, he still could injure you, and do you know what I mean? So it's good to be back home and working with guys who I really trust, and improving everybody. At the end of the day, the UFC, like I say, it's the pinnacle of the sport. There's not an easy matchup. Like people say, oh, who are you fighting? Oh yeah, that guy looks good. Or they'll say, oh, so-and-so's fighting. God, he's got a tough draw there. But it's like, when are you not going to get a tough fight? The guys are in there for a reason. And so I'm not bothered about. I'm not going to dodge tough fights. You know what? Many people know our motto at AVT is,
say it, please.
We fight any. So if they say fight this guy, I'll just fight him. It's not an issue. It's just another opponent. It's just a person. I'm going to stay ready. I've had a few problems this last 2 years just with injuries and things like that. But even through injuries, the fights I have had have been like on a week's notice. Two of the biggest fights I've had in the last year were on a week's notice, coming back from injury. So as long as the injury's not fight preventing. I mean, I'll fight with it. I've fought injured. That's not a problem. but it's just managing it and making sure that I don't do myself any harm.
Yeah.
I'd love to fight just anywhere in Asia, really. I mean, I fought in America, I fought all over Europe, Scandinavia, but yeah, I'd love to fight in Asia, just China, Japan, Korea. That, you know what I mean? Just, I think it's like the martial arts culture there is just, that's where it all came from, isn't it? Yeah, he's a good grappler, a black belt like myself, and he's got a lot of wins by submission. So I think I'm not really phased by that. I'll have a grappling match with him, but I want to. The main thing I want to do is just have an entertaining fight, and a lot of people don't want to see a boring grappling match. They want to see, you know, elbows and knees connecting with skulls. So I'll try and mix it up. That's what I'm trying to do in my training. Is just real mix it up and make it an exciting fight, because at the end of the day, that's what sells tickets. That's what they want to bring you back if you're fighting. You know what I mean, exciting fights. So I think that's the problem at the high level of MMA. There's this pressure to just win, and I don't know. I don't think that's good for the sport, really, because then people are starting to. Then people start to duck fights, and they'll start to just eke out decisions. You know, they'll just play the points game, and that could, you know what I mean, that could make fights real boring. You're seeing it happen in boxing now. People are just winning by a couple of rounds, and they're not fighting certain guys. So I don't want that to happen in MMA, and I don't want to be known for a guy who, oh yeah, he got them wins, but he never did anything great. I'd rather lose and fucking do some crazy fucking cartwheel kicks and shit than get a win just by laying and praying on a guy. So yeah, I think that the fans want to see it, and that's the kind of person I am. I'm not a boring guy. I'm not a wrestler either. So why try? Like a lot of guys are trying to just wrestle the way to wins, but at the end of the day, what happens if the guy's a better wrestler than you? Then it's game over, innit? You need to have other options, and I think just being able to pull crazy submissions out of the bag and just being throwing lots of different strikes, and I think that's what it's about.
Yeah.
I'm just in the UFC. I'm just gonna have a fight with some dude. But yeah, I like random stuff like that. If you know what I mean, I love just funny scenarios. You know what I mean? Me, I'm bargaining on. Who would have thought that? Or me getting caught rapping on a street corner with some beatboxing dude. It's just random stuff, and that's the sort of stuff I live for, really. I'm sure something crazy will happen on the UFC weekend. I don't know.
Dan, can you talk us through your UFC athlete meal?
Well, I've just got a bit of coleslaw, peas, chicken. Nice and simple. Not cover it in sauce. No carbs. I'll put 50 grams of sugar-filled sauce on it.
Yeah, and how often would you say you eat in Nandos?
Every day.
And do you believe that the black cards exist for famous people?
I've heard they exist. It's like the Holy Grail. It's there somewhere. I don't know even if Nandos know if they exist. I think aliens own the black card.
Are they like the black helicopters with the UN controlling the world?
Yeah, sometimes if you drive near Nandos on a night, you can see these lights in the sky.
Black card competition.
That's the way you get a black card. You just need to hang around enough. These guys pull up the suits on and shit. But I'm yet to pin them down.
The only person I've heard.
Do you think that associating with somebody like this might be setting you back in the queue for a black card?
Putting you up for a black card. This. Paul Daly got a black card, didn't he?
Yeah.
Paul Daly got a black card. Paul Daly had a black card. Yeah. I'm sure he did.